Good morning. Yesterday we went to Lowe's and I showed you the plant prices of fruit trees. I looked at what they had, and they actually surprisingly sell quite a bit of fruit trees, because when we were there previously, there were several fruits that I was interested in purchasing when I went back, but those were gone. A few of them were left, but most of them were gone, and they had an entirely new set of fruit trees, such as there were a lot more cherry trees, and there were cherry moya trees, which were new. They weren't there last time. And a little more guava. And let's see, what else did they have? Well, you could check out that video and see how it differed from the prior video. But I also took a look at the plant sales that they had. So they had some sales. It was advertised in their flyer, but they have Society garlic, 2.5 quart pots for $10. So you could buy 3 large containers of Society garlic for just $10. That's pretty cheap, especially being as big as they are. And then there's rosemary, and that is pretty big. And what happened was I had a little cutting and it had dried out, and recently I got a few cuttings from my sister, but they also dried out. But it makes sense because I should have put them in the late fall or into the ground in early spring, because this summer heat is really burning them before they could have a chance to take root. And also the Shasta daisies, they were also 3 for $10. So I only bought 2, and I bought 1 rosemary, and let me show you. It is normally $6, and it's the Tuscan Blue Rosemary, and it is very fragrant. It's so fragrant. And then I got this Shasta Daisy, and it's really beautiful. And the benefits of growing daisies are that they also work along with marigolds as pest deterrents. And they also have this dual function, a second function of drawing in pollinators. And thirdly, they offer aesthetics, beauty in your garden. And look at how many buds there are that have not yet bloomed. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, and a little baby one. And this bloom right here. Oh, and a little one over there. So it's going to be just producing, and I love it. And so that one's normally $6.98. So if you bought 3, if you were to buy 3, it's even less than half of that price for just 1 in the sale. So, and this variegated Society garlic was $8.98. However, when I purchased it, it wasn't on sale, even though it was in the section that said that it was 3 for $10. But the regular Society garlic, which isn't variegated, it is also $8.98, and that was in the 3 for $10 price. So it was So it was about $3.33 for that one. And Society Garlic has this beautiful purple bloom on top, including the variegated one. So that's really pretty. And it has an oniony smell, so that also helps deter pests. And it has the blooms, which draws in pollinators. And I'm going to use it to confuse the pests or the certain insects in the garden. And if you look down here, look at how many clusters have grown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a few behind it. So, and also what happens with Society Garlic is that you can, as it grows further, it starts to make even more new plants. So you can just keep separating them, or you can keep them in the clusters, but you can always separate them out and give to friends and family, or separate them out and put them in various other parts of your garden, and it'll keep separating and making more for you. And you can cut off the tops, wash them, and put them in your stir fries and other dishes. And it's got several functions as well as being edible. And same with the rosemary. When it matures, it'll have purple flowers, and it offers food, and it offers a scent that will confuse insects, unwanted insects. So you can grow it amongst things that are vulnerable, like brassicas. So here we have this beautiful purplish blue blossom, and it is the blue anise sage, and it's a perennial. So perennials come back year after year. Oh, there it says it right there. And so what you want to look for a food forest is a perennial, because you don't want to. You can just plant it once and it'll keep coming back, and it'll survive mild winters or temperate winters. And so this one says $6.98, and I got it for about $3 something for such a large plant. It is, let's see. Yes, it is 2.5 quarts as well. And let me smell it. I think I smelled it at the store. Yes, it has like a almost pineapple scent, but I can't describe it. It's almost like a cross between a mint and a pineapple. But it's not. It's not like this one, which I bought. This says $169, and I believe it was $169. And this one is 1 pint salvia, and this also has beautiful purple blooms. Guys, I love this. So these plants have, a lot of them have flowers, and they're really great for attracting insects, and they're pretty. Look at how gorgeous these cute little buds are, and these mature buds here. Oh, there you go. Now that it's come into focus. So let's see where the other plant that I'm interested in talking about. Oh, so that blue anise sage is different from this pineapple sage I bought. And this one was about one, I think it was 2 something. And this one, oh my goodness, the scent does smell like pineapple, and it's going to be a great culinary herb in the garden. I don't know what color the blossoms would be, but oh my goodness, this is so fragrant. It is sweet mint, and the scent just hits you. And I would love, just like when I brush against my basils, to brush against this and smell the scent of it. Oh my goodness, it just is so strong and wonderful. And this one, let's see. It's a kind of basil. Yes, holy basil. And oh my goodness. If you ever got this plant and there's a huge bloom, a huge mature bloom with flowers, it will definitely attract a ton of bees. And it smells really, really good. So I got all these scented plants and herbs that you can eat, and they smell wonderful. And oh yes, here we go. So I talked about the society garlic. I got two regular society garlics and one variegated, just for the heck of it, because it looks really pretty. Also, in the fruit section, I'm kind of having some regrets that I didn't buy more. But, you know, I have a chance to go back, I guess. It'll give me a chance to. So I bought this Heritage Everbearing Raspberry for, it says $18.98. It wasn't on sale. That was the price. It did have a little bit of a few dry leaves, and it did get pretty dry, so I'm gonna have to water it today pretty well. And I love that it says everbearing, because I want it to continually grow fruits. And it is a different variety from the one I purchased last time. And I'm gonna try to grow some. Ultimately, when I put it in the ground, I would like to mix it up with some of these scented things amongst it. So that is my plan. Not sure when I'm going to transplant it in the ground, because I kind of would like to do that in the cooler months rather than in this hot temperature. So here I have, and it is about 2.5 feet tall. The last time I went to Lowe's and I was showing this, it was they were a lot taller. They were about double this height, and I don't know if they got a new shipment, because it's definitely a lot smaller, and it's the same price as it was the last time I showed them, but the more mature one. So I lost time. Basically, that's what I lost in time, is that it takes time for this plant to grow to the size of the plant that I showed last time, but yet it's at the same price. But no worries, pomegranate grows well, and this one I'm so excited. It is called a Utah Sweet Pomegranate, Granado Utah Sweet. As you can see, I got it for $29.98. And if you look at the picture of the pomegranate, it's got yellowish with some red here, and I think it's a light colored variety. And I had some from my mom's friend and her tree, and that variety was a lighter colored variety, and it was much sweeter than the red ones. It could just be the soil that I grow my regular wonderful palm in that makes it not as sweet. I'm not too sure, or it might be the variety. but I just got this light one and it says sweet in it, so I'm hoping that it keeps its promise. So that is my Lowe's haul, which I'm absolutely excited about. And I'm gonna I'm gonna water them, keep them in the shade, protect them for a little bit before I and acclimate them before I disperse them and plant them in the ground. So see you in the next video. Have a great day.